All right, in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to set up Amazon SES with SureContact. I'm going to walk you through the process of setting up your SES account, walking through the mechanics of entering all your DNS records, making sure you get all the details, setting up your SMTP credentials inside of SureContact so that you can use Amazon SES as a low-cost solution for sending your emails from SureContact. So to get started, you're going to go to Amazon SES, just Google it, aws.amazon.com/SES. You're going to come in here, you're going to click the Create Account button. You're going to put in an email for your root user. This is your basic master email address, and then your AWS account name. I named mine Convology, and then you can verify your email address, get signed in to Amazon. Now, once you're all signed into your account, I recommend you navigate to Amazon SES. You can click in the upper left-hand corner. It's this little grid of icons here, and you can search for all the different bazillion services Amazon AWS offers. And we're looking for Amazon Simple Email Service. That's the SES. We'll select that. You should see a screen that looks sort of like this. I hate to say it, but they change their interface from time to time. I make these videos from time to time showing how to set up SES. This is what it looks like today. In the upper right-hand corner, you can choose the region where you want to send email from or where you want to associate your account for SES with. Does it really matter? No. I'm in California and I set mine up on the East Coast in Virginia. It doesn't really matter. However, if you're in the United States, there's no reason to choose Frankfurt, Germany, if that makes sense. So choose one, I don't know, relatively closer to wherever you're at. I'll switch over to Northern California here, and you'll see that it says your Amazon SES account is in the sandbox for this region. You need to then set up your account, and that's what I'm going to walk you through today. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go over on the left-hand side. We're going to go to Identities, and we're going to create a sending identity. We'll click Create. We're going to choose it based on our domain, not our email address, because we want to make sure we can send from any email at our domain. Next up, we're going to enter our domain. So I'll do this one for a different website that I have. And we're going to select the Use a Custom Mail From Domain checkbox. And that opens up our Mail From domain. And this is how we set up an authenticated sending domain. You've probably heard that term. You've definitely heard it on my channel. If you're using other tools like High Level or tools that want you to authenticate a sending domain, this is what you authenticate. You don't need to worry. This is not the email address you send from. This is just how you're authenticating email through your domain name. This is the thing that basically manages your domain authority. So we need to authenticate through a mail from domain. Some people choose email.their domain. Some people choose em. Some people choose info, whatever it is you want to do. I'm going to say demo because I'm setting up a demo. Choose whatever you want. We're going to scroll down to the verifying your domain section. We're going to choose easy DKIM. That's fine. We'll choose the 2048-bit, and we'll leave the rest of these checked. That's not a problem. We'll go ahead and click Create Identity. Now what we want to do is we scroll down here and we find this Authentication tab. Now we're going to see that it says your DKIM configuration, basically your authentication, is pending. Why? We haven't set it up yet. So we need to get our records. Our records can be found under the Publish DNS Records section. Now we need to go into where our DNS are managed. If you're not familiar with DNS, this might be a little bit confusing for you. If you need help setting this up and you don't feel comfortable doing any of this, you can find a link down below in the description where you can schedule a call with me. I'll help you get everything set up for your email. But if you want to follow along, here is the steps to do it. You need to go where your DNS are managed. That might be where your domain is registered, or it might not be. I buy all of my domains and manage all of my DNS through Cloudflare. I feel like it's the industry leader. It's not the easiest interface, but adding records is pretty simple. So follow along, it's going to be relatively the same. So you're going to find your DNS records section. You're going to find a section that has things like A records and CNAME records and text records. Awesome. You're going to click Add a Record. And then we're going to go back into our Amazon SES account here, and we're going to find our records. What kind of record are they? They're CNAME records. They have names and values. Sometimes the name is called host. Keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and copy the host name or the name. Come back in over here. Let's change our record type from A to CNAME. Yours may look different. Your interface may look different. Cloudflare might change when you're watching this video, but we're looking for something that lets us create a CNAME record and then put in a name or a host and a target or a value. So we're going to paste in what they gave us here. In some tool providers, you don't put the .domain at the very end. It's kind of hard to see here where it says .marketingfunnels.live. That's my domain. Sometimes they don't have you put in this part. Sometimes your DNS providers will strip it out automatically for you. If it's not working and you get to the point where you entered all your records and it doesn't work and it just says pending forever, then you probably want to go back and remove the dot rest of your domain. But let's go ahead and copy our value here and put that into our target. If you're using Cloudflare, we're not going to proxy it. TTL can be left at auto, but if you're on some providers that are really slow, you might need to lower that as low as it goes. So I've added my first record. I'll add another record. I'll come back in here, copy that CNAME, change it back to CNAME, paste it in. I'm going to paste in the next one here, copy and paste. Again, we're just doing a bunch of copy paste. I like to put notes in here that say demo so I can delete them later. Come back in here, grab the last record, add a record, change it to a CNAME, paste it in, come back, grab the last one there, paste it in, put a note that says demo, hit save. Fantastic, I've just added all of my DKIM records. Next up, let's scroll down and look at our custom mail from domain. We also need to set up these records as well. They're going to give us an MX record and a text record. This text record is called an SPF record. You've probably heard that terminology before. So we're going to go ahead and add both of those. Come in here, we'll add another record, change it to MX, put in the name, come back into here, copy the value. Now I want to point something out. You see this number right here? Sometimes your DNS providers want you to just put this whole thing in there. And sometimes, like in Cloudflare, they'll want you to put it as a priority. This is the more common setup for you to find the word priority and put something in. We're going to put 10 as our priority, and we're going to copy everything other than the 10, and we're going to put it into the mail server. We'll hit demo and hit save. Now we're going to come back. We're going to copy our text record for our SPF record. We're going to add the record, change it to TXT for text, put the name in, put the content of the record as our SPF record, and we can go ahead and hit save. Those records are done. Let's keep going. Let's add our DMARC records. All of these, by the way, are mandatory. Let's go ahead and add our text record for our DMARC. We'll come down here, change it to TXT, add in the name, come over here, grab the value, put that in, and you can go ahead, put a comment if you want, and hit save. If you get a notification that says, oh wait, this DMARC record already exists, that's awesome. Don't worry about it. The whole thing is you just want to have a DMARC record. Terrific. Now let's go ahead and give it a second. Sometimes you need to wait 5 minutes. Sometimes you need to wait 5 hours. Just depends on if you're using a slow DNS provider like GoDaddy or if you're using a fast one like Cloudflare. But let me go ahead and give this page a refresh, and let's scroll down. It says verification pending. Okay, cool. And we're just going to wait for those to come in. Okay, about 30 seconds passed, and it says the custom mail from domain was successfully registered. We're just going to wait on a couple more of these. It's been about another 30 seconds. I'm going to keep waiting on that one. Let's continue on the left-hand side. Let's go to SMTP settings. We're going to want to set up an SMTP account. And if we come back over to SureContact here, and we go to our connection, and we open up campaigns, we open up SMTP, we click add a configuration, we go to SES. You can see there's some information we're going to need to put in here, like SMTP host. If we come back over to SES, it lists the SMTP host. We'll copy that. We'll put that inside of here. It lists the ports. Sure, we'll just leave the default port to 587. We'll leave our encryption as TLS. You can see there, it says recommended. And now we need to find our SMTP username and password, our from email. Well, we can set that up. That's pretty easy. And our reply to address will be the same if we want to set one. It's not required. You can technically leave it blank. Why don't I just go ahead and leave that blank? We'll leave that blank. We'll come down here. Daily limits. You can edit these if you want to. When you set up your Amazon SES account, they're going to give you your limit and they'll tell you how much you can send. I think my Convology SES account can do like 50,000 emails a day. Sometimes that's 14,000, sometimes that's 5,000. It's kind of whatever the Amazon SES overlords want you to have. You can also set an hourly limit on how much you can send. It's up to you if you want to configure that. I typically leave them blank. I do typically rate limit myself to about 10 to 14. Again, Amazon gives you that number, however many you want, and you don't need to set up custom headers right now. But let's go ahead and get our SMTP username and password. Back inside of SES here, we're under SMTP settings still. Let's go ahead and create some SMTP credentials, and then we can come down and hit create user. So we'll copy our username. We'll come back into SureContact. We'll put it into our SMTP username field. We'll come back to our credentials. We'll copy our SMTP password. We'll paste it into our password field. And I will say, this is the, it says right here, this is the only time you're ever going to be seeing these. You'll never see them again. So save them in like a password manager or something like that. And when you're done, you can return to the SES console. And once you've entered in all of those credentials and you hit create, you'll see that it works. It comes in here. It should say it is active. So we're active there. Now, even though we've added that in, let's come back into our account here. Mine still says verification pending. Well, there we go. So it took about 5 minutes, which is 5 minutes longer than it took last time, but it's pretty quick. But so again, if yours takes several hours, that's normal. If it's more than 24 hours, make sure your records were properly configured. But there we go. I am verified. Now, let's go to the Get Setup section. You're going to see it says you are in the sandbox for the region. And it tells me that I can send 200 emails per 24 hours, but that's only to myself. That's only to emails at my domain. Now, the application has changed a little bit. In the past, in order to get out of the sandbox, you used to have to answer some questions. For example, what are you doing with Amazon SES? How is it, what are you going to connect it to? Blah, blah, blah. Tons of like text fields. They recently got rid of those requirements, and instead they tend to come back and request more information from you and get a little picky. So here's the trick. You're going to put marketing as your mail type. Don't put transactional. They're going to see right through you. Marketing is the one that you're going to do. You're going to put your website URL. This website needs to be a legitimate website. You need to have a privacy policy. You need to have a terms and conditions. You need to look like and be a legitimate business registered. If you're in the United States, you need an EIN. You need to be completely legitimate, have everything in order, have a website that doesn't look like it was put together in 5 minutes using GoDaddy's website builder, okay? So put in your website URL and be legitimate. You're not going to fake it. They're going to deny you. For additional contacts, you can put additional people in here that just get included in the communications from SES. You don't need to do that. And now all you're going to do is acknowledge the terms of service and hit submit request. Now, they're going to come back to you with questions like, what are you planning on using this? How are you planning on using it? How are you going to mitigate complaints? They're going to ask you for what systems you have in place for all those things. If you need additional help with this, you can schedule a call with me. I'll put a link down below in the description. If you're a member of Convology Plus, I have an entire section inside of the community. You're going to come to our resource library in the community. You're going to go down to tutorials. You're going to find the specific tutorial that I have for Amazon SES. You're going to click on it and you're going to find all the answers to the questions down below here. That'll be super helpful to you. Otherwise, wait for types of questions that they have. I'd be curious to hear from you if they ask you any questions that aren't along the lines of what I just described. And that's it. Once you're out of the sandbox and you have production access, that's all you need to start using Amazon SES with SureContact. I will say not everybody gets accepted. I've worked with clients that are relatively newer businesses, and although they are legitimate, they've got tax identification numbers, their website has everything it needs to have on it, they still get declined. Sometimes that's because the industry that you're in. If you're in crypto and Bitcoin, you're sketchier, you're a higher risk just by nature of the industry you're in. If you're in investing and financing and financial advice, that's also a risky industry. Why? Because it's rife with spam. If you're in these MLM industries, right? Amazon is pretty critical about this. If you get denied, there is no going back. You can try to ask one more time, and then I've literally had them tell clients, don't talk to us again. They're just that way. So you'll have to use an alternative like SMTP to go or Mailgun, the ones I've talked about. I'll link another video that I've done here. If you haven't seen it yet, you can watch it right here. I go over some of the alternatives for SMTP providers. But that'll do it. If you have any basic questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. But if you need more technical help, feel free to check out the links down below in the description to book a call with me or to join Convology Plus.